Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new Night POV review. In front of us is the new Citroen C4X. Now I review the E C4X on the channel. If you're regular, you would know that, but today we're focusing on the petrol version. So inside is the 1.2 liter PureTech 130 horsepower 8-speed automatic. If I use the key fob to turn on the headlights, you can see they're nice and bright. You can also switch them off with a key fob. And we have here it's a new name for the top trim. It's called Max, and we have the white metallic color as an option, pano roof, comfort seats, and wireless charger for your phone. Now let's unlock the car and come to the profile. So we're sitting on 18-inch alloys. This is a very comfortable sedan, and it's a unique because it's uplifted, 15 centimeters of ground clearance. And let me show you the back end. So also turn those lights on, they look very nice. Now for the regular audience, I just want to point this out. If I come down here, you can see there's a light here. I won't do a review of this car because I already did of the electric version, but the only difference here is that the trunk or the cargo space, boot space, whatever you call it, has a light inside. For some reason the electric version doesn't, but the petrol does. Now I'm gonna keep the key in my pocket and let's jump inside. So the regular audience, I'm hoping you watched the electric version, but today we're focusing on the petrol. Now if you're here for the first time, welcome. Now huge recommendation for this, I forgot the name, but it's something like comfort seats. I think there was something else in the name, 3 words, I forgot, I have to apologize. But really comfortable cushions. There are, not sure if the camera will pick this up, let me just turn on the car. There are little lights here on the side, I'm not sure if the camera is picking it. You do have the massage option, although the massage really isn't, how should I say, firm. It's like a gentle massage. So just an FYI, I had a different car with slightly more firm massage. That's the way I like it. Some people don't like firm massage, some do. Okay, another thing, interior wise, you can see on the top there's a pano roof. It definitely lowers the roof on the front and the back. If you're a tall person, I wouldn't advise it. Also, there's a lot more wind noise coming in the car. The electric version of the same car I had on test didn't have the pano roof, and it was way quieter inside. Just to show you here a little bit the interior, although the driving we're not going to have the lights on, but I just wanted to show you that. Let's do a little demo of the music. Okay, I like to maybe pick another station that's non-domestic radio, although after midnight, and it's just past midnight, most of radio stations switch to domestic music. Let me see here. Actually, this one's not. Okay, I can't find a good example, perhaps. Well, you'll have to trust my word, but the bass sound system is actually quite okay. Very decent. So I might turn this on to music later. Yeah, we're gonna focus on the navigation that's from Citroen, or the Stellantis group. It's very nice, and you do have, of course, the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto option as well. Now I hope you can see the head-up display here. Yeah, let's start driving and we'll start talking along the way. Now if you watch the electric version and you're still here to see the petrol version, I gotta thank you. It's gonna be very similar because the powertrain is different, but all the good stuff and the bad stuff, I mean, there's not really bad stuff, but all the pros and cons are here. It's the same car. Now, that being said, not to scare you off, this is one of the greatest cars I've driven lately, to be honest. It made a very good impression, and it's the comfort. This car gives you so much comfort, ride comfort, seat comfort, and I think driving comfort as well. I mean, just like the small details in this car, the smooth leather on the steering wheel is so nice. It just feels nice when you hold it in hand, when you steer. It's just, these small details is something you enjoy when you're driving this car. I was just driving in the city today and, you know, doing some errands, and I was just enjoying the smooth leather, the ride comfort. The car is so gentle and nice. Look at the speed bumps. There's some uneven parts, and yes, we're on 18-inch alloys, but this is still enough for comfort. I would say if you're going for 19, 20, that's just not enough tire. Now, petrol 130 horsepower is now the maximum horsepower you can get, even if you go for a diesel option, which is available with the same automatic. You can go for the 100 horsepower manual petrol, but I wouldn't advise that. You know, most of you are living in cities, and most of you will hate shifting gears in the traffic. So some of you might be new and never tried the automatic. I would encourage you to try it out. Once you try it out, you basically don't go back. Besides some petrol heads, you know, prefer to be in control of the car and the engine, and, you know, drive on open roads. But most of us just, you know, drive in the city, and you really don't need the manual transmission. Okay, so 130 horsepower I would say is enough. I've driven this, for example, in the Peugeot 408, which is actually on the same platform. It's a hatchback, it's not a sedan, but it's uplifted, very similar car. And you know, I've driven it on the highway. I've took a longer trip with it to a press conference, and this was very good performance for 130 horsepower and similar size and weight of the vehicle. I would say enough if you have 2-3 people inside, not too many luggage. If the car is fully loaded with luggage and like 4 adults, maybe on the highway it might feel slightly underpowered, but I think for, you know, for the most part it is actually quite okay. Now this part here is, from my eye angle, blinding the traffic light. I need to turn, so overview on the car is okay. Now the area around the camera here on the top, on the middle mirror, is kind of blind spot for the traffic lights. A-pillars are not too obstructive, and on the rear you can see further back, but you do have the HD camera, so, you know, no issue there. For parking, the side mirrors are okay. You have a good overview. You're nice and tall, so you have a good overview of the traffic around you. There's a bonnet, or the front hood, at least I can see it, I'm a taller person, and you feel comfortable. You know, this gives you like an SUV-ish feeling, more like a CUV to be exact. But yeah, and this is what's unique about this car. It's a sedan, but it's uplifted, and it just gives you this unique sedan feeling, because there aren't any sedans that I know of that can cross my mind right now that are this tall and that have the characteristics of an SUV. At least height-wise, it's easier to enter the car. You have a better overview, you know, all the good stuff. But that being said, it doesn't have the classical SUV shape. It's more aerodynamic, so, you know, that's another benefit. So it's not too noisy on the highway. But again, as I've mentioned, the panel roof there's glass on the top, so it kind of, you know, is less soundproof on the higher speeds. Like 200 kilometers per hour, you're gonna see when we get to the highway. It is okay, but then above 120 and 130, it's a bit loud compared to the electric model that I had with no sunroof. And I'm not, you know, taking in the petrol sound. It just doesn't matter that it's electric. The soundproof was better because there was no sunroof. So that's the con of the sunroof. In general, in some cars, some, you know, premium brands, higher end models will have a very good soundproof despite having a sunroof. But in this case, that is not the case. Okay, so and you lose some headspace. I would definitely not advise you, if you're a taller person, to go with for the sunroof. If you're an average or like shorter person, then by all means, if you really love it that much, if it means a lot to you, just go for it. Yeah, the head-up display, I can see it's doing the same thing as the electric version, so it's just increasing brightness and then it decreases it for apparent no reason. I'm not sure what's the reason behind that. That's, I guess, just the way it is. Now on the head-up display, you can always see the speed the car recognizes, and you can see distance and lane assist. Now the lane assist is always active and it's going to prevent you from leaving the or crossing the lane, and it's always there in the head-up. Now on the digital speedo, now this is the classic setup or the default. If you press the left stalk, you can switch to display with the distance and lane on the display. Now if you press it again, you have a navigation, but it doesn't show you the map. It only shows you where to turn, you know, and you don't have a small map. And you can see the radio station or the classical speedo and the revolutions. Now the electric version had, I think, at least one more extra for the you know, energy flow, so that was different. Yes. Now 8-speed automatic is good. It's on the spot, fast shifting. I think it's better than the, for example, DSG. I didn't felt like it would stick on the high gear too much. You know, it was generally very good automatic, and the brakes aren't too aggressive on this car. I would say they're, you know, standard brakes. I'm saying this because some cars, some German cars, for example, have very sensitive brakes from the start. They're very aggressive. So you need to develop a nice feeling for them. So these are just, like, I would say, standard brakes. There's driving modes. I'm currently in the normal, and it's a default. So if you go to sport, when you turn off the car, it's going to come back to the normal driving mode. Now let me see if I can get that music back again, if there's something non-domestic. Okay, these are ads, but again, you know, the sound system is really good for a bass sound system. Wow, everyone's so edgy too. Start on the green light. That guy was like really edgy. Okay, now speed bumps and potholes. Okay, this is a really big one. I'm gonna hit it purposely. Ouch, I felt that. This one's a bit smaller. This one's okay. Also deep, but the other one's really deep. Now, I've mentioned that it's a very comfortable suspension, and it feels like you're driving on a cloud. It's nothing close to air suspension, but it is very comfortable for, you know, classical springs. Actually, these are gas springs. as far as my memory serves me. Now the car is very stable. If you go harsh in the bends, it doesn't lean too much. And you know, the electric version, it was heavy, so you had a low center of gravity because of the battery weight. But this one doesn't have that, but still it's good because of the gas springs. Now these are called, I believe, FSD, so frequency dampening, frequency sound dampening. So that they're not only comfortable, they project less noise from the road into the cabin. Now this is 130. I can hear mostly tire noise and wind noise. I'm gonna drop to 100. Now this is a rough asphalt. There's gonna be patches of a smooth one. See, this is 100. This is way quieter. Now I'm gonna switch to sport, just so you can see. This is a smooth asphalt and then rough. Again, smooth and rough. I am sitting on winter tires, so they have they're always a little bit louder, but they're softer as well. Let's punch it here. So 150, it's quite noisy, but I would say okay. Today was windy when I was testing the car. I think the wind has let go, so it's not that windy anymore. So very decent. But as you saw, the petrol is very decent in performance for 130 horsepower. Now we can engage the cruise control. You can see it on the head-up display. So if I say cruise control, I go up. Yeah, I go up, and then I just say what speed I want, and it's working. Now no traffic, but I'm just gonna let the car come to the side there, and it corrects me, and it bounces me. Freaks out. It bounces me like a ping pong from one side to another. It doesn't keep you in the lane, it's actually preventing you from leaving the lane. Now the long beam is working okay. It's a very good performance, but I think I might be blinding the drivers. Okay, turned it off. Truck drivers, semi-drivers, you know. Oh, there's a train here passing. I've never seen one at night here, so it's kind of nice. Now, coming to our exit. Okay, this car price is in Croatia 32,000 euros, and you're gonna say, some of you are gonna say, what? And this is for the top trim. Now, okay, this guy stopped here. This is my exit though, but I always like to, you know, keep some distance if the left lane is free, just to like go around the guy, so it's safer for him and me. Now, back to the review. I was saying, okay, came back to me. So price, yeah, this is a max trim, and it's called the max, but it is the top trim you can get. And there's the middle trim, and it's very well equipped, and you can save a few grand. I was actually looking at the C4 because my aunt is kind of in the car market for something tall, something similar to this, but you know, she limited her budget actually a bit lower, but I know that you can get the middle of the trim for around 25, so you know, that is, I think, a good price for this. But if you want more options, or the highest trim, it's going to cost you more. Inflation, that's not really much to say. I think it's, you know, every product has its own customer, so nothing to add there. But what I can add is that this is a very comfortable car, and I've got a lot of good comments on the C4X and the C4 that I reviewed a few years back when it was launched, and you know, most of them, actually I think all of them, are positive comments, happy owners. Now there's a little critic to the Stellantis group, not just Citroen here, but to the group, because they're the decision maker. And if by any chance some of them watch this, you know, I had a comment from the C4 owner from I think it was 2020-ish when they arrived, 21. So you get the new screen now. It's faster, it's more responsive, but it also has a full screen layout. If I go here to the home menu, so the AC controls were before on the side and they were fixed and you couldn't move them, and that didn't make any sense. And they've updated the infotainment and now it has a full screen, because you have physical nice knobs. And by the way, this is something I also love about this car. You have physical knobs for the AC, and then you have the touch option as well, but also some physical buttons and all the good stuff. Personally, I think this is the way the cars should be. Now, my critic was, you get this only with the new C4 or C4X. You can't get it on the early C4. And if the customers have, you know, entrusted you, and you were mentioning back then you were gonna get OTA updates or over-the-air updates, why are those updates generally bug fixes? Why not offer the customers screen real estate? Screen real estate. I'm sure they would love to have wider navigation, so just give them the update for free. Come on, that's the value you bring to your customers. I'm saying this because I'm a Tesla owner and I got tons of updates and new features in the car for free. That's one of the reasons why I chosen Tesla, and I would advise the Stellantis group to adopt this practice. You really are not losing a lot by giving the customers a wide screen, full real estate, but you're gaining a lot. You're gaining customers' trust. So I feel with you, whoever left that comment, that you would like that feature, but you can't get it there. I would feel the same. I would really like that if I was the owner of this car, because this looks great and this is how it should look. Now, fuel consumption is currently 7.3. Now, when I picked up the car, I didn't reset it. It's 8.7, and a reviewer before me was driving mostly in the city, so you can expect 9 liters of fuel consumption. Now, today I've driven on the highway and it was 6, my lowest. Now, I can drive really gently at night here, do some consumption tests, and I can get probably 5. But the reality is you're gonna get 6 to 7 liters at least, or more. It really depends on the driver. Just a small headlights performance. I already did it with the iPhone camera in the other videos, so I'm just gonna skip this time and move on. So we do have cornering fog lights, which is quite nice, also LED. Now let's switch to sport mode and do a little launch control. There's no traffic, so don't get overexcited. It's close to 10 seconds, but let's do it. Brake tests. Decent brakes. So when you need it, it's punchy. But if you want to be more conservative with your fuel consumption, you know, just driving it normal is quite okay. But if you punch it as well, look at it. It takes off, you know. Okay, gotta slow down because these tests are just for demonstration purpose. You know, we always have to be responsible while driving. That's why I do this tests at a late night when there's no traffic. Okay, let's test the navigation here. Navigate to Avenue Mall Garage.
Navigating to Repolus Calf House.
That's definitely not it. Let's give it another try. Navigate to Avenue Mall.
Navigating to the Avenue Shopping Center.
Okay, I don't think that's it, but I just want to see what's gonna offer me. It didn't offer me anything. Well, you can't always rely on the voice commands, I guess. Yeah, this is not something you want to do while driving. Yeah, that's the one. Drive. Gives you options. Just gonna pick the shortest route that I use. Now, the reason why I've wanted to just turn on the maps is to show you, because some of you are going to say, why didn't you show it? So you can see here, it gives you where to turn, time of arrival, but it doesn't give you, for example, like the Peugeot, it doesn't give you the little map. So, but you have it on the main screen, so I think that's good. Also, it's not on the head-up display either. Now, if you go to the eco mode, the throttle becomes very numb. It's like, I guess, only something you want to use when you're not sure if you're gonna make it to the gas station. I can't think of any other reason why would you use this mode, because, you know, in normal the car just feels right. In the sport it comes alive if you want more response from it, but on the eco it's just like no point. I don't know, maybe in slow traffic, I'm not sure if you would even save on gas there or not. You know, if driving an eco, it's so numb, it's so non-responsive. It's like I just, something from the game popped to me, like, you move like a pregnant cow. Yes, that's Oblivion, Elder Scrolls reference there. So that's how the eco mode feels like. Okay, you know, to sum it up, the C4X, quite a unique sedan that feels like an SUV. Very comfortable, which was the whole philosophy of Citroen behind this model. It was to make you feel comfortable. They use the word cocoon. Very comfortable seats, very comfortable ride, and this is something for those who want to enjoy their daily driving, and that's it. It's just, if you're one of those people, then this is the car for you. Some people like to have sport feeling when they're driving, hard suspension, but some people, I'm one of those, like comfort, like soft suspension, and this is a car you're gonna enjoy if you're one of those people, or if you're like me. Just to show the reverse camera. Reverse camera is nice. It gives you these projections. It's very nice to park. It has a little car preview, and it maps when you're going reverse, for example, like this. You can see that. Also, if you come close to a column, which I'm not going to do that, you can check my electric or the E4X review for that. In that case, when you come close to a column, it switches camera view to show you the car bumper, and then how close are you to the obstacle. You can also switch to wide view. Now, most of the cameras have smaller sensors, so they take less light, so you see film grain here, but for the backing purpose at night, it is actually very decent when you are watching for this normal setting. This is now an HD resolution there. So what to say, guys, this car is my personal recommendation if you're looking for comfort. That's it, nothing more to add. I've talked about it a lot in the electric version. I've summoned all in this one, quite shorter, but you know, you have options: diesel, petrol, and electric. So pick your preference. If you like this review, and if you're here for the first time, I'd like to welcome you. I'm hoping you're going to subscribe to the channel, helping reach 100,000 subscribers. And I hope you're going to click that bell to get notified when I upload more videos if you want to see more car reviews. Once again, beautiful. I gotta say, the white color looks amazing. I'm not doing anything. There's a key in my pocket, so when I get into geofence zone, it unlocks or locks. But yeah, that's it. That's the new C4X. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. See you in the next one. Bye.